name is Wendy Rickardson, and I'm excited to share with you some of the things I'm loving about my business right now. And I'm going to be honest, the thing I love the most is the money. I love the fact that we can make great money in this business. And honestly, when I started this business, I was looking just to make a little extra money. I was working another full-time job, but I knew that eventually I wanted to be able to stay home and raise a family and have my kids. What I didn't know is that I was going to deal with infertility. And I didn't know that I was going to spend 12 years doing many treatments, many adoptions that failed, and so many different things to try to have those kids. Had I not had my own business to be able to make the money I needed to make, we would not have been able to do all of that. And I would not be standing here today saying that I'm a mom of 4 amazing kids. And now the money that Mary Kay gives to me helps to pay for holidays, birthdays, all the many sports my kids are in, all the many activities that they get to do, braces. I mean, the list goes on with kids. And I love the fact that my business gives me that flexibility to be able to make the money I need to make when I need to make it. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it absolutely buys choices. And I love the choices that I'm able to have because I have my own Mary Kay business.
Hi, Melissa Obister, Independent Sales Director with Mary Kay, and I am so excited to be able to come into your screen today and encourage you and inspire, because that's what we get to do in Mary Kay. And 3 years ago, if you'd asked me if that's what I thought I was going to be a part of, I would have said, oh no, I just want my discount. But that quickly changed. And so what do I love most about Mary Kay? Number one, being my own boss, you guys. I was a phlebotomist for 18 years. I have 6 children. I am married, and they needed me at home like yesterday. So what I love most is being able to design the life that we want, that we love, and that we've always craved, and being able to put our values first. God first, family second, career third. I hope this inspires you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Independent Senior Sales Director Kendall Rocca Hughes, and I love my Mary Kay business because it allows me to design my life around the things that matter most to me: my faith, my family, and then my career. It allows me to live my life in alignment with what sets my soul on fire, and I am so grateful to have the joy I do in each and every day that I get to live this beautiful life.
What I love about my Mary Kay is that it's allowed me to live out my priority system of God first, family second, and career third. I've been able to be a work from home mom and homeschool my 3 children. I have the flexibility to do what I want, when I want, and with who I want. And that is my favorite thing of all.
Hello, my name is Amanda Lawal, Sales Director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and I want to share with you my favorite thing about my Mary Kay business is the flexibility. In this season that I'm in right now, my family decided during the pandemic to open our home to become a foster family, taking in 4 children, taking our family from a family of 3 to a family of 7 overnight. No way would a regular job have accommodated this type of lifestyle and these circumstances for these children. Last minute changes in schedules happen all the time. Not to mention the fact that my husband also tends to work for 30 days at a time abroad. So, flexibility, a must to be able to design my life the way I choose to, working my work around my life instead of vice versa. That's what I love about Mary Kay.
Hi, my name is Debbie Blackford, and 24 years ago, I was invited to start my own Mary Kay business, and I'm so grateful. I was in a place where I wanted a different life. I wanted to design my own schedule. I wanted to control my income. I wanted to raise my own children. I got that and so much more. Because Mary Kay was built on the principles of putting God first and praising people to success, I was able to show my children that with a good work ethic, they too could be in control of their destiny.
All right. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you. My name is Kimmy B. I am a senior sales director driving that pink Cadillac, and I am so excited to be your host for this evening and this event. So you're probably tuning in because you want in on some money, right? Like, I don't know about you, but $500 in cash could really come in handy right now. Whether you want to use it to shop or you want to spoil your kids, save up for Christmas to pay off some bills, I don't know what you want to do. But if you're watching right now, I want you to type that in the chat. Like, you're going to win. What are you going to do with $500? That's what we want to know. Okay. So for watching tonight, you watch it all the way through. All you have to do is wait for me to give you a password. I'm going to give it to you at the end. Okay. And then you're going to text that to your beauty consultant who invited you to participate in this event this evening. Then you're going to say, which sales director out of this group did you most resonate with? Like, whose story did you love the most and why? Okay. That's all you have to do to get entered for $500 cash. And guess what? That's only your first entry. You could actually get more entries. Okay. So ask your beauty consultant if you want to get more entries. You can get up to 6 entries for this cash. Okay. And you do have to the end of the month to do so. But I'm Kimmy B, and I'm your host, but I get to hand it over to one of my sister girlfriends, one of my most favorite women on the planet, Crystal Mowdy. Woo!
Oh, thank you so much, Kimmy B. So I'm coming to you guys tonight to showcase one of my favorite holiday products. It's called our 12 Days of Faves. And OMG, this thing is incredible. You need to tell your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your husband, whoever to get this for you. But there is 12 individual wrapped gifts, you guys. Look at this. Some of them are samples. Some of them are full-size products, ranging from makeup. There's like a mascara to lip gloss to our awesome charcoal mask that I like to refer to as our peppermint patty mask. But this thing's incredible. It retails for $99. You need to have it in your life. So a little background about myself. My name again is Crystal. I live in Southern California. I've been growing my Mary Kay business now for 5 years. I'll be celebrating in November. Truly, this was not my game plan. I actually have a bachelor's degree in business management, did purchasing for over 12 years. I had a friend who 5 years ago, I asked her to come over. I wanted to try out some of our skincare because I was not using good skincare for many years. Fell in love with the products. And then she was like, hey, why don't you just become a beauty consultant? You get 50% off your skincare and makeup. And I'm a sucker for a deal. So I really just did it for the discount. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was very hesitant because I am not a girly girl, was never into skincare or makeup. I actually just bought a Harley Davidson in May. So I am a biker babe. I took car mechanics in high school and college. I've been playing the drums since the 5th grade. So again, was not my game plan at all. And I just fell in love with being able to make some extra income. And then about a year into me doing this very minimally, decided that I wanted to pursue doing this full time because I was not happy at my corporate job anymore. And so left the corporate world, been doing this full time now for 4 years. Probably the biggest question I get asked if I drive a pink Cadillac. I don't yet. I am working on earning my first pink Cadillac by the end of this year. I do currently drive one of our career cars. They're just not all pink. I have earned 2 free career cars. The first one was our Malibu, which I got to drive for 2 years. A year ago, I got to upgrade to our Equinox. Let me tell you, not having a car payment is phenomenal. Hence why I was able to afford a Harley Davidson this year. And one of the biggest blessings that has come out of my Mary Kay business has been the flexibility, for sure. So there's been a lot of just pivoting I've had to do in my life. So last year, I'm sure a lot of us either experienced positivity or negativity or a little bit of both. And I definitely had a lot of that. So my dad in June of last year was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, which had metastasized from kidney cancer 5 years previous. It was very aggressive. And unfortunately, at the end of August last year, he lost his battle with cancer. My mom and dad were married for 45 years and live out in New Mexico. And my mom is by herself. And so because of my Mary Kay business, I was able to travel. I go out almost every month and spend a week with my mom. When my dad first passed, I spent a whole month with her. And without this business, I wouldn't have been able to have that freedom and flexibilities to still be able to work my business, be there for my mom in her time of need, and really just put my family first, right? Which is so important. If I had worked a corporate job, would have never happened. And I have to tell you guys, never have had a lot of girlfriends, let me tell you, but being in this business has been such a blessing to have that sisterhood. And let me tell you, when my dad passed, man, my girl stepped up, not only to offer to host parties for me, but local consultants and directors near my mom brought us over meals so we didn't have to worry about cooking, offered support, offered friendship. I have to tell you guys, it is unlike anything else you'll ever experience. The sisterhood, the unity, the just the friendship and just the camaraderie, all of that. It's been just amazing, you guys. And you know what? I'm just telling you this now. If you're looking for an opportunity, whether little or a lot, this is the place you'll find it.
I'm unmuted. I think I'm unmuted. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Just so you know, none of us are like the most technical women. Sherilyn is our most amazing, like, technical beast. We love her. Like, she's doing awesome for us today. I just have to hit up the comments. We have a lot of fun comments with our money. They said Disneyland. They said pay off bills, dental work, pamper myself, spoil myself, Christmas. And so all those. And then, of course, Catherine said, I want to buy my husband a Harley too. So you're an inspiration, Crystal. I know I love your story and I just love everything that you represent. I love it. And what's cool about these ladies is we're friends virtually too. Like, we met virtually, some of us. We haven't even met in person, some of us. And so it's just really awesome. So I get to introduce you next to, and keep the chat going, you guys. We can see your comments. We love your comments. So keep on posting comments in there. We're going to now talk about another product, Sherilyn. Oh my gosh, I love these new lip kits. So take it away, Sherilyn.
Thank you. Okay, so these are the matte liquid lip kits. They come in these cute boxes, cinnamon and rose pink, and I'm wearing rose pink. Let me just get up. So I'm wearing rose pink. The cinnamon is actually more of a fall color, which notice our fall themed wear, but you wouldn't see it on camera. So I didn't put it on. But I love things that have multiple uses because I don't want to pack a bunch of stuff around with me. So these are fun because they're liquid, but they dry. You just paint them on. I did this, no lie. These girls are my witness. I did this while we were chatting before we went live. I painted this on. It was so easy. And then it dries matte. So that's good. If that's what you like, that's what you like. But what if you feel like a little bit of shine? Then there is some lip oil and just a little dab will do you. You just dab it in the center. You just squeeze this onto your finger or the palm of your hand. And you just dab it onto the center of your lips, purse your lips together, and now you've shined up your lips. Or it also works great for just like clear lip gloss, and it's lip oil, so it feels amazing. What a cute little stocking stuffer, right? So those are our little lip kits that I wanted to show you. So let me introduce myself. I'm Senior Sales Director Sherilyn Arnold, and I'm coming to you from Plain City, Utah. And I'm so excited to see like where people are listing, like where they're watching from. This would have never been possible if we six had not learned how to pivot and work our businesses virtually. And none of these ladies are in the same state as me. So I've only met Kimmy in person, and I met everyone else 5 minutes before we hopped on together. So we are sales directors with Mary Kay. That means we have made this our job. And this is, I would say, our full-time job. I doubt anyone works full-time, especially during working virtual. You can get, I'm working about 25% what I was and making the same income because everything's shorter and easier. So real quick about me, I love that Crystal talked about girlfriends and relationships. So I would like to focus, that's actually the thing I love the most about Mary Kay, but I'd like to focus on money, because I don't want to repeat something that she's already done. So I was raised really poor, like so poor that my mom hit a deer on the highway and our neighbor helped her put it in her trunk, and she took it home and hung it in the garage. And if we wanted to eat, we had to like cut a piece of meat off the deer and fry it up and eat it. So like she didn't buy groceries that month, and we ate like deer meat and water. So this is my upbringing. I've had a job since I was 14. And with that job, I fed myself, paid for school lunches, bought my school clothes, anything. I had to forego a lot of things because we couldn't afford it. And then I joined Mary Kay in college. My husband and I were making $900 a month between the two of us. So still broke, still living a completely broke lifestyle. I decided to go for a really high paying career as a middle school Spanish teacher. Thank you. Thank you for laughing. Yeah. And so I went from broke, and then I thought I was rich, and then we bought a house and a car for my husband, and then we were just as broke as we were before. And finally I woke up one day and I said, I deserve more. I need more. I can't live like this. And so I asked my mom for $100, of course, because we were making $900 a month between the two of us. I asked my mom for $100. She said, oh, honey, those people will just take your money. And so totally unsupportive, thought it was a scam. I had to ask my landlord if I could pay my rent, $100 of it late the next month. So I had 1 month to like make this work, at least make $100. And he asked me why. And I told him, and he said, mind you, I've been in Mary Kay almost 30 years. So this man is no longer alive. But he said to me, oh, honey, I think you'll be great at that. And he knew me 6 months. And he was right. And you guys, I'm so grateful he was right, because where would my mother be? My mom is almost 90. We just bought a beautiful new home. I have been investing money from my Mary Kay parties. I have been investing money, every extra dime that I have that my family doesn't need. And I bought my husband a truck last year. We plunked down $25,000 at the dealership. He does not have a car payment. We bought a beautiful new home right before COVID. We've renovated the whole thing. Well, we didn't renovate it. It was only a few years old, but we gutted out the flooring and took off the baseboard. Like, we made it beautiful. We bought this home because it has a mother-in-law apartment in it, because my parents are in their 90s. We're almost to 90. My mom, if I had listened to her, would be going to a nursing home in a few years if I had listened to her. So for our 25th wedding anniversary, I took my husband to London, and I had cash ahead. We didn't put it on a credit card. We had the cash to go, and we didn't go broke either. 6 months later, I took him to a place where he had lived 29 years ago and had not been back. I took him to Rome, Italy, and I took him to Venice and Milan. And I'm going with girlfriends as soon as I can get on a plane and get somewhere, because, are you guys just watching countries to see which countries you can go to? But we'll go to Paris and London next. And this is all cash from Mary Kay parties, just from Mary Kay parties that I can travel on. So my time is up in 1 minute. So I'm going to just close by saying that Dale Carnegie said that the man, in this case, the woman, who is the most successful is the one who will dare and do. So I want to dare you. Opportunity is knocking. Open the door.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And I knew we were like, that was amazing. We all want to travel with you now. We're like, where can we all go together? Like, can we all go? Like, let's go.
I will let you know. I'm meeting with a travel agent tomorrow.
Yes.
So she can tell me.
Yeah, you tell us.
Let you know.
Like, that's how I met Sherilyn. We had a girlfriend's trip. We all went to Utah together in this beautiful place and hung out for leadership last year. It was bomb. And we had this huge hot tub, and it was great. That's one of my favorite things, is to travel. So maybe put in the chat, if you had $500, where would you go? If you had $5,000, where would you go? Like, we want to know where you're going to be traveling, all things considered, if you can, right? Okay. So next we get to hear from Betsy Hayes, also one of my favorite California directors, right?
Yes. Yay.
Betsy.
We'd normally say sunny California, but it hasn't been so sunny the last few days. But yay, the rain's almost over. So I am going to talk to you really quickly about two of my favorite products. The first is our Fanorama Mascara. And this is new last year. It was limited edition, and they just decided that we get to keep it. I was so excited. It's actually my teenage daughter's favorite too. I don't know if you can see. Oh, got to get it the right spot. It has different bristles all the way around to really coat your lashes. So when I do it like that, and then I turn it half, and I do it again. And it actually, you can't see it because it's covered up kind of, but it has two little tip things at the top there that help separate. You know how sometimes they get stuck together? It helps separate those lashes at the end. So this is great if you just want to use a single coat. It'll look pretty natural. If you want your lashes to really stand out, just do multiple coats. Like, wait 2 minutes in between and do an extra coat in there, and it'll really get you really thick, separated lashes. I saw this ad on Facebook the other day while I was scrolling that showed these ladies' lashes as a good thing, and they seriously look like like spider webs, like, you know, they were all stuck together. I'm like, how is that good? Like our mascara like separates your lashes and makes them long, which I think is how they should be. This, you want this. It's 16. Such a great deal for mascara, and it's water resistant. All of ours are. So I can tear up, which I do. I always do. People's stories make me tear up. Commercials make me tear up. My kids mock me all the time. And I just tear up for no reason sometimes too. So this stays on and doesn't end up with black circles under my eyes. And at the end of the night, our eye makeup remover is hands down like one of our best products ever. It's been around since before my time. They've never had to change it because it's phenomenal. 17 is all this little guy is. You can see it separates, but it's not oil based because we don't want oil on our eyes. It's silicone based. So you shake it up when you use it and put it on a cotton round, and it will easily and gently remove your makeup. And with Halloween coming up this weekend, like this is a must have. If you have children in your house that are going to be doing face paint and things like that, you want this because it will easily get rid of that face paint later. And those temporary tattoos they get when they go to their fairs at school and things like that, this will remove it. Like it's amazing stuff. So must haves, 32 for both of these. They'll last you about 3 months. Get those from your consultant. You want those. So like that mascara changes my look. Mary Kay has super changed my life. I've been with Mary Kay for 13 and a half years. When I started, my girls were 3 and 2, and now they're 16 and 15 teenagers. They use lots of Mary Kay. But when they were little, I knew nothing about makeup. And this company seemed like such a foreign field to me. I had been in finance for years, and that was my comfort zone, but I was not girly. I was not a talker. Like I liked to be alone. That was my happy place. So this seemed way out there. But I wanted to be home. I wanted to be home with my kids. To do that, I was working 50 plus hours a week doing daycare from my house because I thought, well, I'm home. But really, it didn't feel like I was home. Like, because I wasn't able to focus on my kids, I was focusing on other people's kids. And I was still working at the bank all day on Saturday every week. So I had zero time that I felt was really dedicated to my family. So even though I didn't have a lot of time to start a business, I wanted something different desperately. So I was willing to fit Mary Kay into the little pieces of my life. For one, because I loved the product. I saw the difference that the product made in my skin. And I thought, wow, like I can get behind this because I believe in it, right? And then also the principles of the company, that it was God first, family second, career third. The bank wasn't like that. Nothing I'd ever seen was like that. And those were my priorities. So I thought, okay, what do I have to lose? I might as well just give it a shot and see what happens, right? And I'm so, so thankful that I did because I just didn't know what was coming up in my life. None of us do, right? Especially now, I think with everything going on in the state of the world this last year and a half, we can see how quickly things can change and how great it is to have a plan B. So I didn't know that I was going to have a third child. I have a son who's now 10, and that I would end up being in bed for 3 years with Lyme disease. And during those 3 years, my business flourished. We earned our first career car from bed. So it was just so neat to see that I could have the flexibility. I could have the lifestyle. I could have the extra income for my family. I could have the girlfriend time and the prizes. But life could still happen and nobody would fire me because I wasn't going to fire myself. So it is a business. You do have to work it like a business. But it's a fun business. It's a simple business. It's a business that's about heart and connection. And even though I'm an introvert and I like being alone, the connection has been big. I know some people already hit on that and talked about it, but the fact that we make friends with our customers that are buying a consumable product. So they're friends for life. You're their consultant for life. And I love that I get to see their kids grow up and get married and have kids of their own. I get to see them them retire out of their work and do other things in life. It's just been so fun to have those friendships with customers and also those friendships with other consultants and these directors, some of whom I know and some of whom I just met tonight, like new friends everywhere I go. So what would it look like for you to take a chance on yourself? Like this is the place to do it. It has so many safety nets. The training's all there for you. The friendships are there. Mary Kay is a company being around for 58 years. They know their stuff. Like this is the place. Give it a shot. You are worth it.
I love that, Betsy. Yes, give it a shot. You are worth it. That is exactly right. Exactly right. Okay, so who is our next director? Here we go. I was like, I got so distracted. I was excited. I figured out how to comment on the video that I'm like, where's my agenda? Okay, back to the agenda. Okay, so the next director lives in the same town as me. And we have known each other since we were pregnant with my first, and I think was it your second? Yeah, we met with Prego Bellies. It was awesome. And now that daughter is 14. Mine is, I think yours is too, right?
Yep, 14 and a half.
Yeah, Mimi, I love you. Thank you for saying yes and hanging out. Nice. She gets to talk about some of my favorite products.
Yay!
So take it away, girl.
All right. So hello, everybody. I'm Mimi Novak, and I get to talk to you about a couple of my favorite things to make you feel like a princess. And, the holidays are right around the corner, so they also make the best gifts. So we have satin hands. This is one item, and you use this on your hands to make your hands like so crazy soft. It's only $36. It's the best gift for the woman who has everything, okay? It's a great mom, mother-in-law gift, grandma, anybody, like for your best friend. And I like to pair it with our satin lips, which you use on your lips to get rid of the dry, dead skin, and the lip balm. Oh my goodness gracious. You put it on and your lips just feel like super kissable. I wrapped it real simple here just to give you an idea. It can look really cute. It is a great for giving for someone who's hosting Thanksgiving. Right. So let me just real quick tell you a little bit about me. I have had my business for 19 amazing years, and this was the very last thing on my radar. I have to tell you, I was not a girly girl. I had no earthly idea how to put makeup on. When Mary Kay first found me, I was working in a call center, and I was working, okay, hold on to your seat. I was working between 70 and 80 hours a week. Hello, get excited. Don't ever do that. That is silly. And I had just gotten married, and I wanted to be a mom. In fact, to be honest with you, I had wanted to be a mom since I was a little girl, okay? And working those kind of hours, what kind of mom could I have ever possibly been? My dream in life was to be a mom who was home with her kids, took them to school every day, picked them up every day. I wanted to work in the classroom. I didn't want to be the teacher. I just wanted to work in the classroom when I chose to. I wanted to go on the field trips. I just wanted to be deeply involved with my kids that didn't exist yet. Okay, so enter Mary Kay into my world, and I was like, no, that's not for me. I too am a quiet person by nature. Just, I like to people watch. But what I have learned with this business is that my confidence has grown tremendously. If you would have told me that I ever would be talking on camera, streaming into YouTube, that would have truly never would have happened. But we grow with this company in ways that only God would imagine, could know. So I love the lifestyle that I've been able to create because of my business and the friendships. Oh my goodness. The lifestyle is like no other. You've heard it from several of us. You get to create your life around your work instead of the other way around. And there is not a price tag that you can put on that. I have said for years, I'm unemployable. There's truly no job out there that could get me back into that other kind of world. I also was the girl before Mary Kay. Even though I was working so many hours, I was the girl whose car was always breaking down. Put it in the chat if you've ever been in that situation where your car is always breaking down. Hello, can I get an amen? I had a business card for the guy who would tow my car, okay? And I can very proudly say I have earned, I think it's 12, maybe it's 11. I've earned a bunch of career cars with the company. And it's so nice to get into a car that you earned with your hard work. And you earn with your hard work. And it always smells new because every couple of years you're getting a new car. Hello, get excited about that. So my purpose in this business is to give my lifestyle away. So if in any way, shape, or form you're being touched by this, I just have to say to you guys, give it a try. You have nothing to lose and literally everything to gain. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. It's so true. Can you hear me, Mimi?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. I was like, I just want to make sure you can hear me. I love that. It's so awesome that you mentioned confidence, because that is like my favorite part. Is like, I don't think there's a woman on the planet that could look you in the face and say, no, I have enough confidence. I think women need more confidence. And that's what I love about, as a beauty consultant, Mimi, that's what we get to do.
Yeah.
If we help a woman pick out the right shade of lipstick and she's like, yes, when she looks in the mirror, and less wrinkles, less acne, that's confidence. And then
That's
like
right.
you said, the confidence as we do the small little things, like there's beauty consultants watching and they, you know, every little win, guess what? More confidence. It doesn't happen overnight, but it surely happens gradually. And I love that. It's like my favorite thing too. Okay. So now I'm like so excited to hear from this next lady, because she said something in a little short video that we heard earlier about fostering. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we need to grab our tissues, but I'm ready. I'm ready for this story, Amanda. So take it away, friend.
Hi, hello everybody. I'm Amanda Lawal and I am a sales director. I have been living in Northern New York for almost 2.5 years. I met Kimmy actually through our California director sisterhood. And so, yes, I came from Southern San Diego or Southern California and sunny San Diego and moved all the way up to this incredible state. So I can't wait to share with you some of my favorite products, you guys, because up here in Northern New York, it gets cold and it gets dry. Like bone chilling, skin peeling dry. So I want to share with you some of these fun little body products that Mary Kay has put out for the holidays. So exciting. These are like skin loving treats. Okay. You can sweeten your daily routine with body care, and you can start with a cleansing. It's a cleanser and a lotion. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it smells like heaven. We're talking about like apple pie and like a berry tart. Smells so good. You smooth them on or soothe them on in the shower, clean yourself up, get out of the shower, dry off, and then make sure you stay hydrated. And look at the size. Okay, for reals, guys, like look at the size of these things. This is like Bed Bath & Beyond or Bath & Body Works, wrong store. Bath & Body Works size products and not Bath & Body Works size price. Only $14. You can create gift sets. Such a great product right now for the holidays, or you can just like do what I do and hoard them for myself and have them throughout all stinking like year. I mean, it's amazing stuff. So those are incredible products I want to share with you. And so thank you so much, Kimmy, for sharing that you're excited to hear my story. I will tell you that when I first was introduced to Mary Kay, my heart and passion has always been in social work. I was a social worker in the Imperial Valley. If anybody from California knows where that is, it's like the southernmost, well, some people have called it the armpit of the state of California. And I don't say that to be negative, but it's just the southernmost. Most people just drive through it to get gas. And that's where I lived and worked. I moved to San Diego and then started driving every day, 2 hours a day to get to work, working 60 hours a week because my job was to create social work programs. My passion is domestic violence. I grew up in a home where my dad wasn't great to my mom. And so I went into domestic violence prevention and intervention. And actually, Mary Kay found me because I needed a grant. I needed to write a grant for my program, for money for my program. And so I legitimately looked for programs that would offer money, looked for different places to find money. And Mary Kay has this great foundation. So if you guys don't know this already, we have a charitable foundation that provides grant research funds for for cancers affecting women. So research against cancers, to fight against cancers. We've already heard about cancer affecting us personally. I have a mom who's a cancer survivor. My husband's a cancer survivor. And then domestic violence. We end domestic violence through providing programs through grants that go to shelters and programs. So I wrote a grant and I had to get a beauty consultant. And I got this beauty consultant and she was amazing. She shared, you guys may know her, some of you directors, Joy Tucker. She shared these amazing products with me and my group. And she kept offering us freebies. And I was like, oh my God, I love free stuff. And then she asked me if I would try the products, like to do a session with her. And I was like, if I don't say yes, she's going to quit giving me free stuff. Now, mind you, my skincare routine at the time was shampoo in the head, bringing it down to the face, and that was my skincare. I swear, it was the worst. And my face was so sensitive, like I broke out, probably because I was using good old Suave on my face. Just saying. So the thing I fell in love with most, besides this woman who had shared the product with me, was the fact that my face loved it. My skin loved it. I had never had such clear skin, and I had never had such, like, oh my gosh, felt good in my skin. Talk about confidence. But I fell in love with this woman's heart as well. She invited me to coffee, and if anybody knows, food is like a way to my heart. So we went to lunch instead of coffee. We sat down and she shared a little bit more about this opportunity. And I signed up only because I wanted to champion the causes. You guys, I legitimately did not want to be around women. Put in the chat if you maybe have more guy friends than girlfriends. Okay, that was me. Didn't like women, didn't like pink, and didn't like makeup. I wore it because I have kind of a baby face and I needed people to see me as a grown-up in the job that I was in. So I signed up to champion the cause. Little did I know that this Mary Kay, you know, they say that you get into Mary Kay, but really Mary Kay works when Mary Kay gets into you. And Mary Kay got into me. I was at a training actually in my own home that my brilliant mastermind sales director and adopted sales director put together in my home, in my mountain home in between San Diego and Imperial Valley. And I was asked what I wanted for my Mary Kay business. I mentioned my husband is a cancer survivor. Well, guess what? Chemo kills all the things. It also kills like the cancer stuff, but it also kills the things you need. So we couldn't have kids. No spermie, no baby. Okay. We could not get pregnant. And when I was asked what I wanted for my Mary Kay business, I kind of jokingly said, you know, I don't think there's anything in these products that'll get me pregnant. That's all I want, is to have children. It was at this training, at my kitchen table in my home, at a retreat in my home, that this woman stopped, joined hands with everybody around me, laid hands on me, and prayed. I don't know about you guys, but I have never been prayed over at that point in time outside of church, let alone had anybody lay hands on me outside of church, let alone at a business meeting, okay? I didn't know if I was going to melt because I was being touched by a whole bunch of women, or if I was literally I couldn't even explain the feeling. I felt this overwhelming sense of hope and hope for the future, that these women believed I was going to get pregnant. And they prayed over me. They laid hands on me. I'm going to tell you right now, I was in tears. I was so stinking, I can't even tell you, just so full of this like feeling. I don't know if you've ever been prayed over. So anyway, they laid hands on me. They prayed. I cried. My husband and I had actually made a deal that I was going to text him 911 if I needed to get all these women out of my house. That's how non-women oriented I was during this crazy time. But when he came home and I was bawling, he came home to me saying, honey, I love Mary Kay and I love these women and I think I might quit my job and this is all I'm going to do. I mean, literally drank the Kool-Aid. Well, let me tell you guys, the best part about that event was that my daughter came into our life the very next month. We found out we were pregnant naturally. And so Mary Kay brought me a baby. I know, such a story. I didn't tell you guys about the foster kiddos, but I will tell you that Mary Kay has also afforded us the moment to open our home to 4 foster children. Mary Kay has given us such a lifestyle that is crazy awesome good. And whether this is for you or not, doesn't have to be for you. Literally, you could be on here just loving the products and learning about the products. every single one of us has brought you just a little something that Mary Kay has given us just from being in it. And that's like not even including the income. So just a little bit about my story and my miracle child. And then of course, my foster children.
That is an incredible story. Oh my gosh, Amanda. Like, I love this. This is so cool. I love your story and I love your transparency. That's so cool. Yeah, I think I probably would have been slightly freaking out, but slightly like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? But like, okay, let's run with it, you know? So I get to wrap it up, you guys. I am your closer. I am your finisher. I'm like, knock it in. We're gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna give you the password, I promise, but not before I tell you a little bit about me. So I am a sales director. I've been with Mary Kay in December. In just a few weeks, it'll be 18 years. I know, friends. They let me in when I was 10. Just kidding. No, I started my business at 23. And the reason I was also like these girls. I probably washed my face once a week when it was like really bad. And then I didn't really do makeup. I worked a full-time job. I would leave my house at 5 a.m. So makeup was usually done in the dark on the way to work. Like I was that girl. You didn't want to meet on the freeway because, you know, I was crazy. And so it wasn't something that I really got into. My cousin is the one that just popped it in my life and said, hey, I know you would probably never do this, but could you at least listen? And I was like, yeah, I never do Mary Kay. I thought it was for really old ladies that had nothing else to do with like really big hair and bright pink lipstick. And I thought it was for, I didn't know that you could actually make money doing it. I was kind of a snob about my career. I have a degree and all the things. And so, but when she presented it to me, I was like, oh my gosh, well, okay. If you're telling me that one day I could be a work from home mommy, because I did at that time want to have kids, and I could make more than I was making in a corporate job, but work less hours and be home. I was like, okay, if this is true, like, wouldn't everybody on the planet do Mary Kay? I was literally like, shut up. That can't be true. You're telling me. Because at that time I was making roughly 50,000, actually less than. I was like 45 grand as a supervisor with Pepsi. And I was like, wait, you're telling me I can make more, but be at home and work like less hours? I don't even understand. How does that even work? And so that was at the beginning. But I thought this at the end of the call, because I was not sure. I was kind of skeptical. But here's what I thought to myself. Okay, look, it's $100 to give it a shot, right? You still can do this full kit. This is what we got like back then. It was a little bit different, but I was like $100 to start. Okay. You can get a Costco card for $100, but you don't get anything for it. Like you get all these products, right? All this stuff, $481. I was like, okay, if I do that and for the rest of my life, I get 50% off, that's still a win-win because I was 23 and I was like, I'm probably going to put something on my face till I'm 83 and I can get a discount on Christmas presents, my own items and everything else, right? So I thought, well, it's a really safe side hustle. I'm sure it's not that difficult. Someone will feel sorry for me one day and buy something. That's what I thought. I was like, it's going to be safe. It's going to be okay. And like I mentioned, that was 18 years ago. So over the years, I'm really just going to fast forward because the women covered so many things. But what I'm super thankful for is because the mindset Mary Kay has given me, the mindset, because we can't control the things that happen out there. Y'all, there's a bunch of crazy right now. There's all kinds of crazy with the politics and the vaccines and COVID. I never knew that my life was going to bring the obstacles that it brought. Things like divorce, things like my littlest one, she's 7, she has Down syndrome. I'm a single mom. My kids are 14, 9, and 7. I didn't sign up for single motherhood, but that's what I have. And this past year, just a year ago, the pandemic year was crazy for everybody. Y'all, for me, I turned 40 during the pandemic. The month after, had my first mammogram. A few months after that, was diagnosed with breast cancer at 41. No, at 40. Sorry. Now I'm 41. I call it, it's not chemo brand, Amanda, because I didn't do chemo. But I've had 7 surgeries this year, 69 doctor's appointments as a single mom. You guys, where else could you take off 8 to 10 weeks and not lose your job? Like I had women showing up to do my meetings for me, all virtually. I had women sending me gift cards and meals and like whatever I needed. My offspring who's commenting, she was running my unit the day she debuted. Like I had surgery 2 weeks after. That's totally God. And my mentality is what brought me through that journey as a breast cancer survivor, because I believed firmly in the truth. And the truth in my book is, number one, God loves me. And so if God loves me, he either allows things or purposes them. Like if they're here in my life, now I'm not saying God gave me cancer. Like that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he used it for good. He used it for good. And it has made me a better leader, a better mom. And all the obstacles that come into my life, that's how I see them. But you guys, that's not normal. That is not normal to see your life as like, oh, this is good. Like the day I got the diagnosis, I was like, okay, Lord, this is part of my journey. That would not have been like, it's because of my Mary Kay mentors that I'm able to think that way. It's because I don't go to work with all these negative people who are like watching the news every day and like fear-based. And I forget sometimes because I'm in the pink bubble and my unit's like, we're all positive and we drink the same Kool-Aid, Amanda. And so it's not that we're not aware of what's happening in the world. It's just the mindset that I have received from being away from corporate America. And of course, the freedom. I think the freedom is awesome. Because of that breast cancer year, I homeschooled my kids. I was the homeschooling mom that didn't really want to homeschool, but I did it because I'm like, I'm not going to put my kindergartner who has Down syndrome on Zoom for kindergarten. No, while I have breast cancer. Nope, that's not going to happen. So I was like the freedom to do that, the freedom to always have your values, to always have your values. My health is number one, my faith, my family, and then you guys, everything else. And how awesome it is that I never had to jeopardize that in a season. You know, there's a few balls. I love this analogy, and I'll close with this analogy, and we're going to wrap it up and be done. But I read a book one time. I feel bad I can't give credit to whoever it was because I've read so many books in my career. But he said, think of your life as like the things in your life as balls. Okay. So there's balls in this bucket of life, and the balls are either glass balls or rubber balls. And the glass balls are relationships. It's your health, it's your children, and your relationships. Those are glass balls. You drop those, they will break. You know, work as a rubber ball. It will bounce back. It can be put on hold. And the one thing I love the most is that in this world, in Mary Kay, when it bounces back, it's like it comes right back with the most amazing girlfriends and the most amazing tribe and the most amazing company that gives us cool promotions, like being able to win trips. Like I got to earn a cruise one time to the Bahamas, and like my face was in Times Square. I have a freaking pink Cadillac. Like how fun are all the prizes? So that is me. You guys, I'm super impressed with our group. We stayed within our time limit. Is just now 47 minutes. So you're probably wondering, what is the password, right? Y'all want to know the password? I love this. Okay. The password is fall in luck. Ha ha. I know. I'm so mean. It was the easiest password. But make sure if you're watching, you text your beauty consultant the password. You tell her which one of these stories you really connected with and why. And you're going to be entered for 500. But ask her if you want some more entries. There's more than just one way to win. And I just want to say thank you to this group of sales directors for showing up tonight for me. It inspired me. I love you guys. And I cannot wait to see all of you at seminar this year in Dallas, Texas. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I think that's it. So Sherilyn, you're our fabulous like tech person. So she's going to end it. Did I forget anything? I didn't forget anything, right, you guys? I'm a total like squirrel person. So I think we got it all.
Okay, thank you. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Bye, you guys. Thanks for coming. I'm like, are we really